Ancient secrets rest within an ever-shifting mansion full of mystery. A curious air explores winding halls where each room reveals new puzzles and unexpected connections. Gameplay blends thoughtful puzzle solving with strategic exploration across procedurally arranged chambers. Unlockable abilities and persistent discoveries encourage many repeated visits. Elegant hand-painted visuals and a whimsical score create a truly inviting atmosphere. Hidden passages and branching paths reward keen observation. Blueprints presents a captivating, beautifully crafted puzzle adventure. Ultra Street Fighter 2 retains the original character list while adding several new single-player and multiplayer components, as well as 2 new fighters, Evil Rue and Violent Ken. Players may pick between traditional pixel art visuals for a nostalgic experience and a more contemporary one. The game has a unique way of the Hado option where players may utilize Joy-Con motion controllers to engage in a first-person single-player encounter against the Shadaloo army. Players may play local multiplayer with their friends or compete online in ranked and casual matches. Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection is a tough but rewarding return of a classic. The game keeps the spirit of the originals alive with brutal difficulty and tight platforming, but adds a fresh art style that feels charming and eerie at the same time. Every level is packed with tricky enemies and clever design that constantly tests timing and patience. It can be unforgiving, but conquering each challenge feels incredibly satisfying. The mix of nostalgia and modern touches makes this a game that respects its roots while offering something exciting to revisit. Rain World is a survival platformer in which players must explore an ancient society, forage for food, and seek shelter during torrential downpours. The game is inspired by 16-bit classics and requires smart decision-making to catch food and avoid predators. To survive, players must become familiar with the ecology and use their talents. The game includes over 1,600 chambers spread throughout 12 areas, violent primeval battles with predators, randomized design, individualized AI, and configurable gameplay options.
Journey so long. It's a search for...
GRIME is a mesmerizing action-adventure that thrives on atmosphere and challenge. The surreal art design paired with its eerie world creates a sense of discovery with every step. Combat feels weighty, with absorbing mechanics that reward precision and timing. Enemies are strange yet fascinating, each encounter pushing growth through risk and reward. The interconnected world design encourages exploration, making each path feel meaningful. The game constantly deepens its mechanics, shaping a journey that feels both demanding and immensely satisfying. This subaquatic adventure takes you on an original journey through the Earth's ice age, as humanity seeks refuge beneath the depths of the ocean. An adventurous aquanaut starts on an unexpected journey of exploration and investigation, pursuing an enigmatic mechanical entity into the unknown depths. The underwater world is teeming with vibrant marine life, and the protagonist must manage oxygen reserves while investigating ancient civilizations. The averely beautiful aquatic world is the ultimate frontier for this brave and determined final aquanaut.
Until we inevitably return to the water.
The Falconeer Warrior Edition is a beautiful aerial combat experience that feels expansive and deep. Soaring over an oceanic globe on the back of a mighty warbird is fascinating, with smooth flight mechanics and intense dogfights. The game's distinct graphic design, changing weather, and evocative soundtrack make it a genuinely atmospheric trip. RPG features offer depth, allowing you to enhance your bird and battle several groups. While the fighting might be challenging at times, mastering it is extremely rewarding, a must-play for fans of aerial action and detailed world-building.
The ocean, our stage, its waves set in motion.
Meg's Monster is a short but powerful journey through a strange world where a tough monster must protect a fragile human child. The combat is simple yet meaningful, with emotional weight tied to every encounter. Its pixel art and music create a strong sense of mood, while the story leans into emotional depth without dragging. Few games balance action and emotion like this one. It's easy to get drawn in by the writing and warm humor. For those seeking something thoughtful and different, this game is an unexpected treasure worth the time. CONSCRIPT builds tension through its claustrophobic level design, smart puzzles, and a bleak World War I setting. The fixed camera angles and limited resources create constant dread, while the art direction sells the grime and despair of the trenches. It's methodical survival horror done right, focused, atmospheric, and consistently engaging. Sound design plays a huge role, with eerie silence broken only by footsteps or distant gunfire. A grim but rewarding journey worth taking for those seeking dread wrapped in strategic gameplay. Ship of Fools is a joyful co-op roguelike that turns chaos into pure fun. Cannons fire, decks shake, and teamwork matters every second. Each run pushes quick thinking and clear communication, turning small mistakes into laughs instead of frustration. The art pops with personality, enemies keep pressure high, and upgrades make every voyage exciting. Playing solo works well, but sharing the wheel with a partner turns every sea battle into a memorable win. Replay value stays strong thanks to shifting routes, fresh tools, and constant risk on the open sea. Astrea Six-Sided Oracles takes the deck-building roguelike formula in a refreshing direction with dice instead of cards, making every roll feel tense and rewarding. The mechanics strike a clever balance between risk and reward, with corruption and purification shaping each battle in unique ways. The art style carries a mystical charm, and the soundtrack adds to the atmosphere without ever distracting. With strategic depth and plenty of room to experiment, it's a game that keeps players coming back for just one more run.
It's the call.
Howl is a turn-based tactical folktale set in medieval times, when a malevolent howling plague has transformed the countryside into wild creatures. As a deaf heroine, you must prepare up to 6 steps ahead of time to outmaneuver wolfish enemies with varying powers. You can employ several abilities, including Vault, Smoke Bomb, and Piercing Shot. You may improve your talents, gain additional action slots, and undo round points. The game has a distinct, live ink visual style, 60 levels spread across 4 chapters, and a global map to help you plan your trip. Thea the Awakening is a turn-based strategic survival game set in a planet destroyed by the catastrophic power the darkness. The game combines turn-based tactics with a rogue-like ambiance to create an original gameplay experience. Players must handle complex in-game events that test their strategic thinking and resource management abilities. The game's fighting system is based on an elaborate card battle engine that allows players to customize their decks and react to their opponent's unpredictable nature. Sworn is a smart, satisfying action game built around sharp combat and clear ideas. Movement feels confident, attacks connect with weight, and every upgrade pushes combat to feel smarter rather than louder. Level design rewards attention without feeling punishing, while the tone stays focused and serious. Boss fights test timing and patience in fair ways. Progress feels earned, pacing stays strong, and the world keeps pulling attention forward with purpose and style. Sound design supports hits. Visual clarity keeps battles readable even when chaos rises. Headbangers Rhythm Royale is pure fun packed into every match. The music-driven challenges stay fresh, pushing timing and memory in playful ways. Colorful pigeons, silly animations, and clever mini-games keep the pace lively without stress. Multiplayer chaos adds constant laughs, while solo runs remain rewarding. Each round rewards focus and rhythm, making retries tempting. It's a joyful pick for anyone who enjoys music games with personality. Unlocks, costumes, and score chasing add long-term motivation, encouraging repeat play and friendly competition. Spinch is a kaleidoscope of color and chaos, throwing players into vibrant worlds that constantly shift with psychedelic energy. The platforming is challenging but fair, with tight jumps and quick reflexes needed to push forward through bizarre landscapes and eccentric enemies. The hypnotic soundtrack matches the wild visuals perfectly, giving each stage an infectious rhythm that fuels momentum. It's a game that rewards persistence, making each cleared level feel like a true accomplishment while keeping the pace energetic and rewarding throughout. Wartime skies blaze in this spirited vertical shooter set during World War II. A squadron of American aces defends against a fictional German invasion with courage and skill. Combat feels fast and truly satisfying, with missions presenting intense dogfights and massive boss battles. Pilot skill trees and character weaknesses add strategic depth. Bold cartoon visuals and a rousing score capture wartime drama effectively. Co-op mode and upgrades extend replay value well. Aces of the Luftwaffe Squadron provides a polished, action-packed aerial adventure. Propellers roar above the trenches in this accessible arcade flight combat game. Brave pilots soar through World War I skies on daring missions against enemy forces. Aerial combat flows smoothly, balancing approachable controls with thrilling dogfights across varied scenarios. Aircraft upgrades and squadron management add real strategic depth. Striking comic book visuals and an energetic soundtrack heighten the wartime mood. Local co-op and survival modes extend replay nicely. Red Wings American Aces offers an engaging, accessible take on classic air combat. A Wake Walker comes from a frozen world, charged with solving the planet's mysteries and finding a way out. The game has a Souls-like journey with stages organized around checkpoints and unlocks shortcuts for continued progress. The Awake Walker faces many groups competing for control of the planet's resources, and alliances must be carefully chosen to have long-term implications for the globe and its population. The game has sophisticated riddles and buried mythology, and players may tailor their loadout to their desired playstyle.
The girl miraculously escaped from a labor.
Torn Away impresses with its engaging puzzles and clever level design that keeps players thinking at every turn. The story unfolds with intriguing twists, paired with atmospheric visuals that complement the gameplay. Controls are intuitive, making movement and interaction smooth and satisfying. Each challenge feels rewarding, encouraging strategic thinking without feeling repetitive. The game balances tension and pacing effectively, making it a compelling choice for those who enjoy thought-provoking action and exploration in a mysterious setting.
You are in for a harsh but thrilling.
Universe for Sale is a hauntingly beautiful narrative experience, blending philosophical sci-fi with stunning hand-drawn art and an ambient soundtrack that lingers. Every conversation feels weighty, every choice meaningful. The game's pacing invites players to absorb its atmosphere rather than rush through it, making it a rare meditative gem in the adventure genre. The characters are deeply human, with layers of emotion and mystery, a contemplative and emotionally rich journey worth taking for those who appreciate storytelling with soul and depth. Spirit Roots is a fascinating platformer adventure set on the fringes of the solar system, where a century-long battle has resulted in the stitched-together planet. Players must go through 50 levels spread over 5 different worlds, each having its own mood, adversaries, gameplay, and music. Epic boss encounters pit talents and dedication against farming robots, spiders, flying skulls, and mud monsters. The game is suitable for the entire family, allowing players to explore unusual and wonderful scenery while collecting cash and avoiding traps. Goblin Sword is a retro-inspired action platformer packed with pixel art magic and satisfying swordplay. With dozens of levels, hidden treasures, and collectible weapons, there's always something fun to chase. The gameplay feels responsive, and the level design strikes a great balance between challenge and reward. Boss battles are clever without being frustrating, and the soundtrack adds extra energy to every stage. This is a light but addictive journey that rewards curiosity and skill without ever feeling too heavy. Castle of Heart is an exciting action platformer game that follows a cursed knight who is turned to stone by an evil sorcerer's spell. Regardless of his metamorphosis, the knight is eager to show that even black magic can be defeated. Players go through 20 stages spread over 4 distinct settings, fighting diverse opponents and experiencing surprising gameplay changes. They can gain strong weaponry and power-ups as they continue. The knight's stone body, on the other hand, has limitations, crumbling as his energy depletes. RichMan 11 is an engaging board game that keeps players entertained with strategic property trading and clever decision-making. The gameplay is smooth and easy to follow, with numerous ways to outsmart opponents and grow wealth. Mini-games add variety and challenge, making each round unique and enjoyable. The visuals are colorful and lively, creating a welcoming atmosphere. This edition improves on previous iterations with more content and plenty of opportunities for competitive fun in both solo and multiplayer. My Child of Ages is a heartfelt adventure that draws players into a mysterious world layered with ancient legends and emotional storytelling. The hand-drawn art style glows with soft, dreamlike colors that make each environment feel alive and full of wonder. Combat feels responsive and rewarding, while puzzles strike a satisfying balance between challenge and flow. The soundtrack adds warmth and soul to every scene, creating an atmosphere that lingers long after playing. It's a thoughtful and imaginative journey worth taking. Gothic shadows embrace every corner of this dark atmospheric action adventure. A vampire hunter ventures into a cursed land to confront Lilinor, a truly powerful immortal threat. Combat feels swift and punishing, demanding careful timing against grotesque foes. Unlockable abilities and branching paths encourage repeated exploration throughout. Rich pixel artwork and an ominous soundtrack reinforce the eerie mood. Secret areas and multiple endings reward careful, thorough play. Nosferatu Lilinor presents a haunting, satisfying descent into vampiric darkness. Servonauts is a unique and fun co-op puzzle game that exudes charm and ingenuity. You play as cute robot laborers traversing chaotic space stations, completing tasks under duress with humorous effects. The teamwork-based action is fast-paced, furious, and truly enjoyable, especially with friends. The visuals are vivid and crisp, making it simple to concentrate among the chaos. Controls are tight, and each level introduces new surprises to keep things interesting. It's an excellent choice for lovers of games like Overcooked, providing laughter, a challenge, and plenty of replay value. Amber Isle is a comfortable life sim with a delightful prehistoric flavor. As a shopkeeper in a town populated with charming dinosaur residents, you'll craft, trade, and make connections in a calm, pastel-colored setting. The visual style is incredibly warm, and the characters are full of personality, making every contact pleasurable. As you build your store and modify your surrounds, you'll feel a pleasant feeling of accomplishment. Amber Isle's stress-free gameplay and wholesome atmosphere make it ideal for players who enjoy creativity, community building, and a touch of prehistoric whimsy. Severed offers a unique action-adventure experience with a focus on touch-based combat that feels surprisingly satisfying. The world is eerie and mysterious, full of strange creatures and hidden paths that invite exploration. Combat requires strategy and timing, making each encounter engaging rather than repetitive. The story is simple but effective, pulling you into its dark, surreal atmosphere. The visuals are striking, and the music complements the mood perfectly. It's a game that keeps you thinking while rewarding careful play.